Are we all ready? Ready to roll?
Hi guys, welcome back to the podcast, episode 4. So we got a lot to talk about today. This is the penultimate episode.
There you go. Well, let's just start there then, shall we?
Keep that on, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I am Stu now.
Finally, Luke's ego comes out properly on camera that he wants to be the main person, don't you, man?
Are you the main person? I thought this was
I think so. Oh no. You are.
I think so.
You are so. You're so replaceable, Luke. We've got a short list already, mate, for the next season. Don't worry about it.
Okay then.
Welcome along, everyone. I don't think I looked at the camera once because I'm looking over here towards Luke. We're on episode 4, like you said, and we have just stopped. No, they've seen it. I keep forgetting they've seen the episode. Episode 4 has gone out. We are just coming off Wallace and Gromit, and then we see yet another rule break from the purple team.
It's always so unintentional. I'd like to put that out there.
Sorry, officer. It's so unintentional.
I can't even remember what it was. What was it?
It was when we didn't know they were already on it and we tried to get on it.
Oh, easy rule to break. Stupid rule.
We've never broken it, Lewis, have we?
No, I don't remember us breaking it at any point.
Me and Luke are terrible at not checking where you guys are on the map. So we just had no idea.
It's because we've got a backbone. They're always scared of what we're doing, so they're always checking.
I think I wouldn't be surprised at some point if they just turned up at like going on Nemesis. Well, we're claiming Nemesis now because it's our game, our rules. We can do whatever we want. Yeah. Well, ultimately, it was a bit cheeky of me, really, because we left it on a bit of a cliffhanger there, and you come off it, and because the end of the day seemed to last forever. Like we kept getting so much done in that end of the day. So yeah, you guys just run around again. You get on it, and by that point, we've got a stop, which you shout over very loudly at us, Luke. I don't know if you remember doing that, but yeah. And everyone else around us is like, "What do you mean they've got to stop? They have no." There's a poor woman. There's a woman who's queuing up, and Nickie, you're going, "What does that mean? What does that mean?"
Is that when we're getting on, or is that when
you're getting on? Yeah, when you get on. And the woman's like, "Sorry, what?" As if it's like she's trying to help you, but you're looking past her, and you're looking towards me, and it's so incredibly awkward. Bless her, the poor lady.
At the time, my ego just goes out the window.
I was desperately trying to say, am I going to get penalised if I get on this now? But we couldn't get off it because we were past the test off. And in the end, we just were like, we've just got to get on it. Poor woman, bless her. I didn't even realise till we watched it back that she was even there.
So the reason why we have that rule is because, I think we've said this before, but we don't want the same people in the same queue line at the same time, because it could be potentially very boring. Now, we sort of designed that rule for Alton Towers, where we knew we were going to be having, particularly when we did hour-long queues, 2-hour queues on the opening day for Monopoly. At Pleasure Beach, there was no queues. So there was no real penalty through doing that, other than wasting a bit of your own time, which the Purple team seems to love to do this season. Which I'd love to watch back when I've been editing everything about it.
Make you feel better?
It's just nice to see you not doing very well, isn't it? It's just wonderful.
Nice to see you suffer.
Yeah. Well, saying that, everyone in the so we're filming this now on the 4th of April. So we've kind of caught up a lot. We did the other podcast before the season had started to come out at all. So we're starting to see the comments come through now. And I'll tell you one thing, Lewis. No one wants us to win.
No, yeah.
Literally.
No.
We've won so much, they're just going to presume that we're going to win again.
Yeah.
People like to root for the underdog, don't they?
I was going to say, season 4.
People like to root for the weirdos, don't they? Really, I think the losers.
That's not nice. No. That's horrible.
It's not
Give
nice.
him a chance. Go on, give him a chance. Give him a chance. Go on, it's not fair.
Let me score. Let me score.
Yeah.
That was my attitude for the whole of the gameplay, by the way. The whole time we were playing, that was my attitude. Please just let me play.
Sounds like a charity.
So yeah, we get to stop, and then after that, lots of stuff actually happened, but it made the start of this video really slow. So we just kind of spin on through it really quickly. But I'll give you the what happened. So they come up, we all come off. We go down to Ghost Train because we've noticed, and we'll come back onto Ghost Train later. We've noticed there's a nice little nest egg in Ghost Train. So we hot leg it down to that because we can't go back on Wallace and Gromit, obviously. And then these two go on. They get 2 stars, which are they're locked in at that point. They're not going to miss that.
Yeah.
And then there was a whole big kerfuffle at the Ghost Train.
God, yeah.
So
Why don't I remember any of this? I don't remember.
You don't remember?
It was a big drop. We were there for about half an hour after the park closed, trying to work out.
Yeah.
Oh, is this still day one? Of course it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, there was a rule in Alton Towers' version which said you had to be in the air gates by whatever time because that had to be a hard cut off. We wanted the jeopardy of if you were queuing up for a ride last minute, were you going to get on it before the timer or not? We wanted that jeopardy to be in it. Never really happened in the other seasons. But and it is a very long story short, we were in that queue and the rule that was written was unclear. So me and Lewis genuinely believed it was fine. Fair play, we can get on it. We're in the queue, that's fine, we're allowed to do it. And Nickie and Luke disagreed with that. Oh yeah, it's mostly Nickie because Luke didn't know what day it was. And long story short, a lot of to and fro. And we did go on it and we were ready to dig, but we basically got Mark to decide after a lot of, which we do all the time to be fair. Whenever we ever just, because it can't, even though obviously it's my channel, Luke. I can't decide what so it has to be fair. Mark has to decide it. And long story short, Mark decided no, we're going to do it the other way. I can't remember what the rule is now. I should have actually got it up before we.
I was going to say it'd be helpful to
I
can't remember the wording of it.
But it was poorly worded. It was never when we wrote the rules. We were rushing to write them, and it was poorly worded, which could have been taken either way. And Mark said that. Because on day 2, it definitely did change. Because we all knew that. On day 2, you could join a queue last minute and you could... And also, there's a rule, actually, in day 2 where you can join the queue after the other group, which is never allowed normally, because we wanted, again, potential jeopardy of you're in a queue and you're about to dig and it could be the last dig and the people behind you can also dig after you. So also that jeopardy. Again, whether that happens or not, we'll have to see. But that's why we had the rule there. But anyway, long story short, Mark decided it, and then we all went home to the Big Blue Hotel. So
Big Blue
more
Hotel.
stroppy than others.
Oh, I was fuming. I was absolutely fuming.
Because my point, I think, and I know you think this is all like, we're not professional game designers, nobody. But it's gone pretty smoothly up until now, and that's the first time that we've had it where both teams had read a rule completely differently.
Yeah.
And my point on the day was like, if me and Luke could have been in that position at the end of day 1, we wouldn't have done the digs. Then we'd have. So we're like, we had to just go, Mark. But it's a learning curve, isn't it? It's like next game, if there is another season,
that is true.
We know to double check all that stuff.
I think it's the only time between teams we've actually been annoyed about a situation as well. So it only took 3 seasons.
Me and Stuart are furious.
Yeah. But that's good.
I didn't know what was going on.
But it's the thing. Oh, you did, Lewis, because you were there part of the conversation, forever, and you were very adamant just as much as I was. I got the footage to prove it, mate.
I remember getting angry about it. I remember being like, no, that's not what the rule says. And you were like, no, that's what it says.
Stuart,
then I lost interest very fast.
No. This is why Lewis needs replacing on my team. I need someone who's going to actually commit and go hard. Because like later in this episode is when we get the blue streak stars. It's like 1 star. I'm like, are you ever going to actually react to anything that happens in the game? And he does that whole fake one, which I did include in the trailer because I said I would do. But yeah, so there's a whole kerfuffle with that, and then we all go away. We have some cocktails, not at the members' expense, may I add. That go in my own pocket. In the Big Blue Hotel. Remember, one of them was on fire in the Big Blue Hotel. Remember, there was like loads of smoke.
It was smoking. It was yeah, me and Luke had a smoky whiskey thing, I think.
It was the first time I ever had a smoky whiskey cocktail.
Yeah.
And
it was high effort.
Yeah, it was a lot of
it
did take about 20 minutes to make.
It did, but it was high effort though. Behind the bar, he was doing like, yeah.
Didn't we order it just before they stopped serving that menu as well, or something?
It's quite, it's quite close. Yeah.
Oops. Thanks for that, cocktail man.
Luke has this hobby of his when he comes away to theme parks with us. Pretty much, he's not a theme park nerd as much as us three are, and he sits and has a cocktail and doesn't like it but pretends to. This isn't the first time that's happened. He'll nurse
it for like 3 hours. And I'm like, do you like that, Luke? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, I spent £18 on it. Yes, I will like it.
I do like cocktails, but that one was strong.
Yeah. Where was it? At the Bell Rock, weren't we, in Europa Park when that one.
I think he cried because of my reaction. I think he found it so funny because you could tell that I was trying so hard to hide it.
It was funny, I'm not gonna lie. So day 2 starts and rides unlock, much to the purple team's delight, because they can actually go on rides now rather than just break their own rules. We did this because we wanted there to be some stuff further down the line and be interesting. Like, okay, and it changes the game dynamic. We've got other stuff happening. And we also wanted the big finish to be the big one and Valhalla, the 2 biggest rides, I would argue. Pleasure Beach. Okay, maybe Icon a little bit. But the thing is, the Icon, it's not hard to get on because it's the queue goes quite fast on it as well. So they open. We go straight to Icon, which you guys call straight away. And so I'm going to do a bit of jumping here. So the biggest move, I think, which you then proved later in the episode, was the Ghost Train, when you went on the Ghost Train. And I don't know why we, Lewis, that didn't stick in our head. We were so adamant about getting on it the night before, to the point where I had fisticuffs.
I don't know why we were suggesting it to you and being like, oh, we need to do the Ghost Train first, and we need to get on that because that's got like pretty much guaranteed stars, I think, at that point.
But it opened at half. Oh no, yeah, it had.
I know it opened it later.
It was
I don't know whether we then decided to do something else first, maybe.
Icon. So
I can't remember.
Maybe you just didn't expect me and Nickie to do it. Actually, no, you would have.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%, because it made the most logical sense. But here comes some of the problem for me. This is where I need to get better in the future, I think, is because I don't ever look at the map. I rely on what Lewis. So I can just blame Lewis with this, but I don't really look at the map because I'm filming, and Nickie will do the same here, where Luke will look at the map.
The same.
It's just you just do it.
On behalf of me and Lewis, this is an issue. The cameramen find it so easy to blame the people.
I know.
I haven't blamed anybody.
You blamed me quite a fair bit on camera. Let me tell you that.
When? What? Oh, for the Nickelodeon thing.
For not checking where they are. I'm telling you.
No, that's equally. That's it. Not checking where they are is equally my thing. We just don't do it, do we?
It's funny. It's funny.
Stick.
On Wallace and Gromit, there's about 3 minutes of you two, because I think you're on a car by yourself. But it just didn't really work in the episodes because it's a lot. But you two are just like fuming all the way around because you're still filming because we're allowed to film on the rides, right? Because Pleasure Beach allowed it, right? But if we're on a dark ride, you'll notice this. Like the most of the Wallace and Gromit footage we capture is like we're silent because there's other people in the car. We're not ruining the ride just because we're being idiots, right? So we're quite quiet. But these two, and this happened to us before when we've been on like the teacups. Well, Alton Towers on the teacups, and we weren't allowed, to film on them. But we'll have long conversations on the rides about it. But you two are just like fuming all the way around Wallace and Gromit. You filmed it all, but
just annoyed that we'd done it. Just annoyed that we'd done it, and we had
to wait for the ride to finish.
So we go over to Icon, pretty standard, get an Icon. You guys have actually... Oh, Ghost Train was 10:30. That's why we both don't go on it. So, and we both then got distracted with other stuff and we forgot about it.
I think I definitely remember suggesting it to you and saying, we definitely need to make a beeline for Ghost Train, but we're going to do something else. But I think we had a discussion of what we could get on fastest and get off the fastest, and that's why we went to Icon.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what we did. I definitely remember suggesting Ghost Train, but then maybe the day just got away with us and...
100%. The other thing as well is, like, we could have just... I am surprised that neither team, just waited outside Ghost Train. Because if we were first in that queue, you can't follow us in the queue, and we would have... Whichever team would have cleaned up. And that's that's half an hour that you'd have to stand there and wait for it to open. But you'd be first on, and you'd be guaranteed... you got even more than you guaranteed. And, Lewis, We had the clue. We knew there was a star still in there, which is even more bonkers that we didn't do it.
Was that a clue you would have bought as well? It would have been, wouldn't it?
I can't remember. Probably, but I can't remember.
It was a clue. I don't think it was a fan. I think it was one we bought, not a fan.
We had it early.
Well, that's good for us to know that we wasted those tickets for you.
Task-wise, you take a long shot, which is the long photo. Pretty easy to do that one. It's funny.
Isn't that what you measured it with? Yeah, didn't you measure it with your phone or something like that? The distance, yeah.
So I'd have just done like Strava or Nike Run Club. I just started.
Well, no one knows these random apps unlike you.
Oh yes, Strava, famously a very small app.
Do you know where I think that came from? You know, in the last season when me and Luke measured out I think it was a comment or somebody said, I think it might be one of you guys. Why don't you just get an app on your phone to do it? So when we had this one, I just thought, they told me last time I need to get an app on my phone to measure it. So I think that's where that came from. We just kind of did that.
We should have used a picnic blanket again, just to measure by meter.
Yeah, we've been there all day.
That tablecloth wasn't that tablecloth for the task that me and Lewis got later in this episode, which was the pull. Yeah. The pull. They were nicer tablecloths, but I couldn't get them in time for this. I don't know where they'd gone. I don't know who's got a yellow and purple. Because by the way, we had a yellow one of those. Have you still got it?
I think I have. Yeah, I think I've got it with the ball, maybe the inflatable ball.
Oh, okay.
I think.
But yeah, and we do that in Burger King because we got the nice smooth tables. I'm not going to lie, it was so awkward in Burger King. We bought a drink and a coffee.
So awkward.
It was so quiet. Why it was so quiet? It was so quiet. There was no audio playing. And the only better place for no audio playing was upstairs in Burger King, on the way to the toilets. And it was like, you could hear a pin drop in there. And every so often, like, staff member would go like, what are these two buffoons doing?
Yeah. Well, I don't think they cared that much, actually, Vivek, because just before I went to you, I got a coffee. And I had to explain to her, and I'm not just talking a fancy coffee, what a white coffee was.
Oh my God, yeah. So, I get it.
I said, can I have a white coffee, please? And she was like, what's that? And I'm like, coffee with milk. She was like, how do I make that? And I was like, I don't know how the machine works, but presumably you make the coffee and then you put some milk in it. And I didn't want to sound arsey, but I was like, I don't understand what you don't grasp with this part.
It's literally an Americano with milk.
I didn't even say that. I just said white coffee. I just want a white coffee. And she was like, I don't know what that is.
You know what? I was wondering what you were saying because I'm recording as I'm walking upstairs because I'm searching for a table.
You can still hear my audio.
And your mic's still on. I was like, what is he talking about, a flat white? Because I thought he was behind me. He's not. I've just realised you were at the till ordering. That's so funny. I've never known what that was about, and now I do. Yeah. It's too late now, but that's funny. But we get it, and I didn't think that was going to work. But it did work. I didn't get it on attempt 2. We were close to giving up on that one. I'm glad we didn't. And it's when you do it. I know don't get me wrong. There's no plates on there to smash because again we don't want to be a nuisance to them. Yeah. But when you do it, you go, that's pretty good. That there's adrenaline rush that you get.
I was impressed.
Now that I think about it, Yellow Team, you do have a lot of aura moments. You have a lot of parts where you smash something like the memory game. You just completely you do. And then
I think we do something like we're never going to do this, and then we do it like I'm surprised we did that.
You guys are very skilled.
I think it's always in our head just to fail it. It's like it's always in our brains like, should we just take the 15-minute loss? Because are we going to spend longer trying to work out how to do it, planning it, setting it up, finding the right place? It would just easy to take 15 minutes, but
I couldn't even win a Pokemon. So
to be fair, people don't seem too outraged at that. People have been okay with it. It's absolutely not on whatsoever. If you remember,
somebody's mentioned that to me. Somebody has mentioned it to me, and I think it might have been my mum or something. I was like, I don't know about that. I was like, the task wasn't to win the Pokemon, and I'm not going into it again. I'm not doing it.
The documentary beach. Very quickly now, as of right now, it's only come out to the members, and no one's. I think someone has mentioned it and got the reference. If you didn't get the reference, congratulations, you are young. If you did get the reference, I'm sorry to say you are old. Now the reference is the BBC. So the Document the Beach wasn't meant to be like this. It's just meant to be. In fact, I think Document the Towers. It was in Document the Towers as well. You have to do it around towers. Obviously, never came up. And it's just nice to show the park off a little bit, give some facts. It's just a nice bit to put in, right? But when I watched it back, I was like, oh, this is actually perfect because we can do a spoof of the. I think it was like. I remember being a kid when it came out. It was a mid-90s BBC documentary on the pleasure beach. It's a 6-parter. It's on YouTube. You can still watch it. Young Amanda Thompson directing the ice shows. There's Jeffrey Thompson running the bar with his Jim Rowland. It's like I always say to this day, big queues, don't spend money. Because there's one of the things that he said in it's true, though, isn't it? You have big queues, you don't spend any money because we're stuck in the queue. It was back in the days when Pleasure Beach was run so efficiently because it was all paper. Well, not all paper. Yeah, I think it was all paper.
A military
ride.
operation.
Yeah. So when a ride went down, it was losing the money. So they would literally come down with a whip and start saying, "Come on, get the ride open." Very different these days with the pay one price. But yeah, the opening titles to that. As a kid in my head is so embedded, and because we were allowed to film on some of the rides, one of the rides we could film on was the big one. Now you gotta remember, the on-ride filming we do it on a different day because we're not allowed to film on the coasters on the day. But I have this footage which is exactly the same as the end credits as the documentary, because the end credits of that documentary was the final few bends of the big one where it goes into the tunnel. I thought I can do a complete homage to that with the 90s effects on it and the VHS and stuff. So it's a bit over the top, but it's meant to be over the top. But even the music, I tried to. In fact, if you remember, you might have seen one of the posts. But I tried to find the original music because it's done by a guy who creates loads. It's Terry something King, I think. And he creates so much TV music, which would be then on the BBC or Channel 5, or just not like A-list music, like B-list music, but he does so much of it. I mean, he must be making that.
Yeah, like music library stuff.
100%, yeah. So it's out there somewhere. I very much doubt for this documentary they had this piece originated for. Yeah. But I couldn't get a name on it. I tried all sorts of like Shazam type apps to try and find it. Couldn't find it. So I had to go for like a sound alike right at the last minute. But it works all right. And the whooshing past of the coasters looks very similar. Pikachu pops up. And if you did get that reference, I hope a lot of effort went into that. But let's be honest, like 2 people probably get that reference. But I really hope if you did get it, you enjoyed it because I enjoyed making it.
Can we pause a sec? Sorry. 1 sec.
Oh. We're going to keep all this in and know what happens. I'm whispering, but he's got headphones in, so I know he can still hear me.
Is that going to mess everything up?
No, we'll just keep it in.
Okay. Wait.
That should have the top of your head off.
He really looks like a Muppet character, doesn't he? Hey, bro.
I said more beaker.
Yes. Right, okay.
You
So
still cut the top of your head off, mate.
no, he's not. He's not on my screen. It's fine. You're fine. Come on.
Oh, okay.
No one watches the podcast anyway. Don't worry about it. We're all good. No, it's all right, Luke.
You're
take
all
your
right,
time.
mate. It's just me.
Just take your time. Yeah. No, we're going now.
Fantastic. Nice one, Nickie. Cheers for that.
What are you doing? What are you doing, Luke? Come on, man.
What you doing, man?
I'm trying, man.
Is he back?
Imagine if this was a job interview.
Can you share your screen now, please, so I can check there's no AI on there? We got a little bit of pushback with the AI, but like I said all the time, like we're only a small channel. The AI it fills in some blanks. You know, one day we've spent quite a lot of money this season for a sound editor because Blackpool Pleasure Beach is so loud. So, and that's done wonders actually. You can hear it a little bit because the audio cuts out, but you got to remember they play pop music so loud at Pleasure Beach, and that's cost a lot of money just to do that. So, like, if we can get people to do stuff, we always will, but it's just not always going to be possible when with the viewing numbers and stuff we get. So then you get a lose on infusion, you guys, and
That's the first.
and then you go and do Ghost Train, and what did you get? So you get a star. You do get a siren. I think you get 20 tickets. 10's not enough, is it? You need 20. You get Star Steel, and that's everything. So yeah, I mean, fair play. That was
all the bad stuff had gone for me, hadn't it?
Yeah.
So it was just a no-brainer to just keep digging on it.
That was our mistake. And then you get Turtle Chase, which, you know what? You see a bit of it, but turns out when you have that footage for that long, for half an hour, you don't want to watch all of it. So we see a bit of it. They do walk down the entirety of the queue and infusion. There's no one in the queue, though. So
thankfully.
we...
Chanting one elephant, is it elephant?
Your counting was so
doing.
slow. Like, so slow. Have you not counted? Why can't you count seconds, guys? Like, Jesus.
But actually, I will say, when we went to, so after we'd finished the game, we obviously go and give Stuart all the footage. So we'll go somewhere afterwards and give Stuart. You said to us, you viewed some of that, and you said to us, "That's too fast. That is. That's way too fast." When you watched it there,
Do I speak like that?
and that's why you did.
That's way too fast.
You did. That's way too fast. Way too fast.
Go into the council.
I'm quite glad that there were elements where we were far too slow. Because
100%.
you cannot say anything.
Like,
we're scared. We're scared of your backlash to it. Like, we're going to do it really slow because
As it should be. As it absolutely should be. This channel is about me winning every season, and that is what it's about.
And I'm just here for the ride.
Lewis could be cut out, and no one would notice. There's
That's
no.
not true. No one needs to
would.
put in the spreadsheet.
if he's not there, then no one's going to tell him how to make a
Excuse me, Jack Silkstone will do a cracking job of that spreadsheet. You know he will.
So glad we're talking about Lewis getting replaced for once rather than me.
Yeah, but we're joking about Lewis getting replaced.
So mean to him.
We do Nick Streak, and we get 2 stars out of that. And we got on it really fast, which is really nice.
Nick Streak.
Blue Flyer.
You keep saying Nick Streak.
Yeah, no, Blue Flyer. It's because we're standing in front of Nick Streak on the video, so that's why.
Yeah.
And you don't react as usual to anything.
Yes.
And then, so there's only one thing left to talk about this episode, I think, and that is the biggest challenge of the episode, which is the duel, and it was really good fun. So me and Mark planned this. Now the duels, by the way, they just happened to come up really early both days.
Well, judging by the comment on our previous video, you need to specify duel, not duel.
Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah. It's like, why do you fight? But it does sort of make sense because we are digging for treasure, so I suppose duel also thing. But so we had this idea of basically just trying to get into your teammate's head, but it's also really good, and we've not done this before, where we've had a moment where we are with the other team, like completely with the other team for like 10 minutes, and you get that interaction which you don't normally see too much of me and Nickie, who obviously care about who wins and loses, and then Luke and Lewis, who are just a team daydream, basically.
All kids in the back of the train.
It's funny when you have to explain what we actually have to do.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. When I watched it back and you said ice cream, and I was like, "Are you serious?" Like, because seconds earlier, and I included it on purpose. You check the rules. You literally open your phone, it's the clips in there, and you check the rules again as the train is pulling away. And then 10 seconds later, you just randomly say ice cream. To which Lewis's reaction, which, by the way, is the biggest reaction he's had of the entire season, is, "Where's the ice cream?" And does that have to be stuff? It was already brilliant. Like, and then after that, it was really good for, particularly with the editing of it, of setting each other up, because obviously we're talking all the way through it, because it can go 2 ways. One, we really predict well in that moment of what the other team's going to do. That's nice. That's fun to see. No, I mean on the moment, though. I mean on the actual train. So we go, oh, they're going to say this. Or the opposite is true when, like, I said that, well, surely I'm going to put all the rides because obviously I'm a geek and Lewis will know that, obviously. And he cut back to him going something like Bird Box or just something like completely random. So it was very well like it had a good foundation to be good, as in like quite rewarding with the edit. It's a long train journey. Say again, Luke.
I was saying it's definitely my favourite part.
Yeah, it was always good.
I think it's my favourite part as well.
But let's talk about Bird Box, shall we?
I'm not gonna lie, just Lewis, when you did say that originally, even I was like, "Are you serious? Stuart's gonna pick a Bird Box."
Yeah, but to be fair, he picked Peacock, which was directly underneath the Bird Box. I just went for the thing above it. I just went for the bird box. It was interesting to look at. I was like, okay, how many birds can you fit in that box? That's a big bird box, that is. You get about 20 birds in there. Bird box. I love that.
Oh, sound logic.
Go back and watch the video. Look how big that bird box is. It's like a hotel.
I don't think it's clear on the video, but we both said dinosaur at the end. That's why they just say it and then they celebrate, because we're both the same. We're both the same one. So the tension kind of goes a little bit towards the end of that. But the way it was revealed though, like they were 1-0 up, then we were 2-1 up, then it was 3-2, then it was like 4-4.
Good flip flop between the two.
Yeah, and they were just said like in the order that they were in. But yeah, it was good. It was a good bit of banter between. Like I say, it was good to. And actually, when we got off, I was fuming. And Nickie, I cut it out. I cut it out.
He was so angry.
I cut a bit out though with Nickie because Nickie came across like really aggy at me for having to go at Lewis. I cut it out because it's like people might think that's more serious. It's because you don't see you don't see you say it because I've turned the camera by that point and I'm walking away. And you're like, don't be having to go at Lewis. You literally give it the beans, but you're obviously like joking with it. But you only hear it and it sounds quite aggressive on so I didn't include it. So
I am really aggressive.
That is true. That is true.
I am.
Everyone off. But if you meet Nickie off camera, good luck to you.
Everyone's always like, "Oh, Nickie's so lovely. She's our favourite." Try working with her.
Yeah, absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare.
Well, what can I say?
I think for episode 4, that's everything. Obviously, it's all out of order, so apologies. But yeah, I think that's it. I don't think anything else really happened. And what's the final scores at the end of episode 4?
Scores on the door.
Nickie is funny because you'll notice this. I should have done a super.
Thank you. Just leave it there. Nickie is funny.
No. If you notice, I should have done a super cut of this, and I didn't do it sadly. But she just makes random jingles when she's like high anxiety, needs to get on with stuff. Scores on the doors, and then you just keep singing. You just keep on making songs about it.
I reckon that when we finally say, right, that's enough now, the amount of footage you'd probably have over the 3 seasons of me doing that you could make a film of it actually.
That and also the music, when I always hear the music in Mutiny Bay at Alton Towers, you just did a little like jig dance around there. That's in there as well.
I enjoyed that.
I've lost by there.
Lewis is gone. Lewis has lost interest already. That's just how he goes.
You're going to keep this in as well?
Yeah, keep all this in. This is golden content. This is what people don't watch for. Come on, Lewis. That retention graph's going through the floor, man.
I don't really know why it's disappeared.
Right. Okay. Let's just keep Lewis in off motion.
He's loading.
Oh, hey.
You couldn't get rid of me that easily.
Thank you for that fun house wave.
Yeah, like his wrist was dislocated then.
So that floppy pen, you know when you wave a pen too fast and it looks floppy.
The thing is, I've only seen it in like frames. I'm not seeing it full vision. Right, okay, so what else? I think that's it. It's 13-12 to us, but you have just got Infusion. Now, I don't know what was revealed, so you're on 2 stars, and the loss and the stop has gone, so it's a mystery as what is coming next, and that's when you see little Luke go and it cuts off.
What do I do?
You did that face, mate.
Yeah, that noise.
Go and watch
Did
it
I?
back. You did,
Oh.
yeah.
I am
So
going to watch that back.
Who's
If you-
going to win?
this is it. This is it. I mean, like it's. So there's a few things, right? This season hasn't got the views, and it's always like, let's say it hasn't got the views. People who do watch, they're so loyal. Like you got, the members are insane. More members than ever. I think we're on 111 now. Again,
Wow.
insane, insanity. You're all insane, but thank you, right? So but obviously to make it work a lot of the time, like the first season, we got a lot of views in the first season, but we weren't monetized then, so like we didn't get any ad revenue really from the first season at all. So like I always say, the members are really doing the heavy lifting with regards to, because every season's like massive loss at the minute, and that's fine because we enjoy doing it. So anything that does get given always helps us. And obviously, as we always said about Pleasure Beach, they gave us free tickets. They saved us like £200 a day, about 40 quid a ticket, is it? So 2 days for 4
Yeah.
people,
Sure.
plus the discounts to the hotel, parking, all that sort of stuff. But it's a significant. So unless a park is happy to give us that again, like we've got a big mountain to climb to get to still. And obviously in this season, for whatever reason, YouTube can just be a cruel place sometimes when you put a lot of effort in. Sometimes it just doesn't get pushed, and that is the joy and the horridness of YouTube. Everyone who publishes stuff to YouTube will know that. So just if you've supported the channel anyway, you've liked the video, you're watching this, and if you're watching this, not too many people watch the podcast, but very much appreciative. We've released some hoodies, and by released, I mean we're gonna take some orders and then get them batch made, so we get the best possible price. So I'm not gonna be stuck here with like 500 hoodies unsold, massive loss. But also far, I just put a post on the YouTube channel, and already we've done like 14, 15. I thought one person might buy a hoodie.
That's amazing.
And all that funds going straight back into the channel. So again, thank you. Have I told you where they're going? Like Australia, USA,
Wow.
Canada.
Wow.
It's like, are you all correct? Because to do that, they've had to pay like, they got in touch with me via email and had to sort like big shipping out for them and stuff. So like
Oh, it's so sweet.
that.
And
honestly.
also, if you are one of those people that have ordered one, please like send us photos of you in your hoodie in like your
Please,
local
that'd be
park.
great.
You hadn't get like Canada's Wonderland or like
That'd be mate, yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be
That'd
cool.
be really cool. Please send them to us. That would be awesome.
The day that someone actually approaches us and is wearing one, other than us four, I'll get freaked out a little bit, like because it just doesn't feel real till it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's really hard. But we appreciate it. We all appreciate any help we get.
So much.
And you know what? Even if it doesn't do crazy numbers on YouTube, the engagement and the people commenting, the people who do see it seem to be really enjoying it, and that's really nice to see when you put a lot of effort in. So I appreciate that a lot.
Thank you.
Right, I think that's it for this episode. We're about to film the podcast, the final episode right now, and that'll be the last one in part of this series. Oh, we're gonna do, what day is it? Yeah, we're gonna do a premiere for the final the final one.
Yeah.
We haven't been doing premieres this season because there's been a lot going on outside of the most important stuff, which is Theme Park Dash. But we are going to sit down and do a premiere. So what we do with the premiere is obviously it goes live on YouTube at a set time, which would be I think 7:30 on the Thursday. I'm going to be down in Birmingham. I'm down in Birmingham. I might come around to you guys' place if you're free. If you're not free, well, you must be free if you're going to watch the premiere. But I might come down on that day and we'll sit together and go through the comments. We are there in the comments. We're there all the time. But we won't do a live. I don't think we did a live last time, which was really nice. But
Loved it.
I'm down. I can't. Well, if we do, it'll be like a live, like hi at the end of my phone. We're here and we're just in Lewis's flat. There's Nickie's flat. So yeah, probably won't do that. But we'll be there in the comments and stuff. So as many people as possible can watch together. It's always a lovely thing to do to see people watching it and finding out the result when everyone else does. Obviously, if you can find out the result right now, actually, can you? Is that how it works? Maybe.
Yeah.
I can't remember the dates because if you become a member, you can watch it right now. You should have become a member a while ago because you could have watched every episode 1 week early. But if you become a member now, you're still helping us either pay for the last season, which still doing dishes for that one, and then hopefully we can work on something for the future and do something in the future. It won't be instant, but we'll talk about it more in the next podcast episode about potential for other games. Right, that is it. We've overgone. It's quite a long podcast, this one. We want to keep it to about 20 minutes this season.
Thus far, please post bird and a hotel emoji together. That proper giggle. That made me giggle.
And that's how we proper know who the proper fans are, because you got this far of all this. You've gone through all the disconnections. Luke's sorting his phone out. Lewis having a problem. We've left it all in. Right, guys. We'll see you. We'll enjoy the final, and then we'll see you in the podcast after that.
Please enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.